Yes, it's Garson here, and today this is my first YouTube video, so I might not be the best. Don't judge me, please. And this is a video about my creative world. So I'm going to show you the basics, how it all started off, and how I gradually improved, how it got better, and what are my favorites. Let's begin with that. So you might have seen, oh God, you might have seen from the builds I slightly peeked out. The builds, as for example over there. I'll get to them. But right now, this is where it started off. That build there, and this build here. So, this build I created back in April 2024. I was talking to friends, and whilst building this, and I was finally getting into my building era for Minecraft. I've never really been into survival, and I love the creativity of everything. So, I just decided, you know what, this is going to be my technique. This is going to be my, like, this is my unique style. It's not my unique style, but, like, unique style, but it's my, like, creativity era started with this building and that one there. This was just a taste of this one's good. It gradually started improving when I started, please ignore that. It's an unfinished product. Anyways, this started off as I gradually wanted to start expanding. Please also ignore that. Anyways, yeah, so I have gradually improved by deciding, you know what, I want to be on Hermitcraft. Well, I'm never going to be like that, trust me, but I wanted to test out my building skills. So I went from that to that, and then to this stuff. I built a bridge. I built a tree. This tree's really bad. I'm very much better at it. Trust me. And then I built a cave, pumpkin with a logo saying boo, and all of these started my journey onto Minecraft. How I gradually got better was when I decided to go with a little technique which I started spam building. I know it might not sound like much, but it was spam building when it started at this. This was one of the builds I was very proud of back then because I knew I was like really good at building this. It originally started as though that bit and that bit, and then I added a few tentacles, and then I added a little small portal, and then I added the vines, and then I added the floor. I was really proud of this. This then inspired me because it's never then inspired me to create a end one. Now, this is one I'm once again very much proud of because it was very hard to get those on, even though it was creative. Don't judge me. Um, so I thankfully had enough time to like get it all done and get out of the way. Then we move on to this build. This is inspired by a photo I saw online. I really liked it, so I tried to copy it to my best ability, and then I added flowers myself. These are some flowers, if you couldn't tell, and I am very much proud of them because they turned out very well. And these are not the first time I built sunflowers. I'll get onto that. But yeah, these are the first flowers, one of the first flowers I built, and I'm really proud of it, and as well as this build. Then we move on to the sword. We don't talk about it much since it's literally um it's just a sword. It's not like I don't talk about it much because it's not one of my greatest builds, but I still appreciate it. Then I move on to this enchanting area now and that portal. Now I was really I really like Anna's amethyst. I'll cut that out later. I really like amethyst, so I decided to do this. I did an enchanting area, and it turned out pretty well. And the portal, I decided to go with, like, I want to do a little well, if you can see, and then pretend it's coming out of the nether. It's like a nether portal, but without the obsidian, if you can tell. We move on to, oh, don't look at that. We move on to this bit. Now, I got really good at glass glasswork. I mean, it's not the best, but I thought it was one of my best skills because I knew how to color blend, I knew how to like add extra details, and I had the time. So I built this little like hobbit hole, like pretending it's in the mountain, and yet again I moved on to this. Um, the flower I added this little bit later on. Again, it's not the best, but it's one of my very own, and I like it. And then I did this. This again is one of my proudest builds of all time. This took me a while to do. It took me days of procrastinating to build this because it was very tiring to dig all of that even though I'm creative. And it took me a while to center everything. And it just took a long time to do everything in my head. But thankfully I was able to build it and do all of this. And again, I'm really, really proud of this because it's just amazing. Like, I love it so much. Anyways, we move on. We do move on. A little short break. As we walk back, I'll show you that. This, I actually use this in a realm. I use this in a realm. I used the flower, but I built it more high up, and I use this as my storage system. It might not look like the best, but it's a storage system nonetheless. And then, as we walk past, I'll show you some of the builds that I previously have done. This is the little camping area. Not one of my best work since the trees are small and I was getting used to building trees back then. But anywho, I built like a little camping area and I built a pathway between trees and I built this little area, again, inspired by online. And I added campfires underneath, if you can tell by the smoke, and I was really proud of this back then, but yeah, it's not one of my best builds. Anyways, I built these flowers with the bees, and we ignore this. It's really bad. I built this. I was really proud of this. This is actually the first sunflowers I've ever built. Um, these are like growing ones because I wanted to show adaptability. Adaptability, yeah, if I'm saying it right. Anyways, I decided to build these, and I was really proud of this. And now, finally, after showing past everything, I finally go on to the build I'm most proud of, which is this. This is one of my newest ones, and this took me hours of procrastinating, but it overall took me like 6 hours to do, and I'm really proud of it because of the gradient. I loved it because of the like trees. They worked out really well with it, and I just like love like I love building of it after procrastinating it, and it turned out so well. And honestly, like it's one of the many builds I'm like really fond of, and I constantly go back to inspire myself to keep going. Anyways, I think that is my video done for now. Thank you so much for watching. I will, if you like, I will keep you updated if you want any more. If you do want more, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later.